Joey got the popcorn ready. Alex got the notes in hand. Tim's got puns that fly like confetti. They're your go-to movie band. Video Game Movie Club. Laugh until the credits roll. Joey Alex, Tim will dub. Scenes that make you lose control.
Hello and welcome back to Cutscenes on Game Club Pod. I'm your host this week, Tim Atwembembo and everything, and I'm joined by my usual cohort of co-hosts, starting off with Alex.
Char.
And I'm also joined by Joey.
I love the usual cohort of co-hosts. That's
That's
magic.
pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's really good. Well done, Tim.
Thank you for being so cooperative. No, I took it too
The
far.
cooperative cohort of co-hosts.
I took it too far.
Keep
I'll walk it
adding
back.
C's. Cunts, the lot of you.
There's the joke. All right, good. Well, we're here this week to talk about Secret Level, the Amazon Prime series, which takes a bit of a departure from our usual cutscene stuff, because normally when we do cutscenes, they focus on one game or franchise being adapted to film or TV. This takes about 15 of them and adapts
Not
them
about
to their
15, it is 15.
Okay, so it takes 15 of them and adapts them into their own individual mini episodes ranging from 8 minutes to half an hour.
Yes.
I would like to get immediate thoughts. Well, before I do that, actually, let me quickly rattle off the games and the franchises that are represented in the series. So, in alphabetical order, we have Armored Core, Concord, Crossfire, Dungeons and Dragons, Exodus, Honor of Kings, Mega Man, New World, Artenium, The Outer Worlds, Pac-Man, PlayStation, Sifu, Spelunky, Unreal Tournament, and Warhammer 40k. You'll never guess which one I'm excited about. But let's go to immediate thoughts with Joey.
Didn't really enjoy it.
No?
No, I'm really sorry. I know, I get why you chose it. I know that you actually chose it because you've recently become obsessed with Warhammer like a
Warhammer.
divorced single father. But the thing I really struggled with Secret Level, I like the idea. The people that did it clearly enjoy the game. First of all, I thought it was a really strange choice of games for the first series. Like a really strange choice of games. And the reason that I say that is not because things like Spelunky are in there. I actually thought adding something like Spelunky was a good idea. My problem with it was so many of the games were so similar to each other. Space exploration.
There was a lot of space exploration. Can
The
I be
other
real
thing-
about one episode that's space exploration?
Which one?
Exodus.
Okay.
I was falling asleep watching it.
That was my second favourite one.
I did not. It did not.
That was the one that had this time dilation storyline, isn't
Yeah.
it?
It was
The father and daughter.
pretty heavily inspired by
Interstellar.
Interstellar. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah. So I thought the choice of games was funny. I thought that right. So here's the thing that really I found difficult with Secret Level. These are not regular length episodes. In fact, some of them are as short as 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I really struggled to give a crap about any of the characters in this because they were one-off stories that were like Mega Man would have been really interesting if we got to care about the characters. But you can't do that in 5 minutes, not unless it's done like immaculately, and this wasn't done immaculately. Now, that's not to say that there wasn't redeeming features. There was certain episodes I enjoyed. Exodus, I actually thought was pretty cool. Pac-Man, I thought was actually a really good one. Sifu was my favorite. But beyond that, I know you're going to say, but Warhammer was so good. Warhammer was just lots of gore. And that was it for me. Sorry, Tim. Did not enjoy Secret Level. But thank you for putting me through it.
Great. Right, Alex, your initial thoughts?
Secret Level was a lot of appetizers without a main meal.
Yes.
There are an awful lot of these episodes that I would love to see become full series, and I feel like that might have been part of the design by Amazon to go, let's see which ones land and which ones don't. The problem is, by putting it in a single series that people are just going to binge watch, you're not going to get the proper metrics to determine which ones worked. They all should have been uploaded to Amazon as their own individual seasons of the series. They might have been able to get better metrics out of that. But like I said, some of them would make really good series, like short series that I would watch. Some of them I did not get, and some of them I did not give a flying fuck about. To be quite honest, I really liked the story of the Exodus one. Did not care about it though. I really liked the story they were trying to build on the Outer Worlds one. Did not really care. The problem, and it's like Joey said, you can't build a sort of feeling towards these characters. You can't get invested in it in a 15-minute series. Like the D&D one, for example, I should have loved the D&D one because it's me. I'm a D&D nerd. But it felt like we were dropped in the middle of a story. Not even the middle of a story. We were dropped in at the end of a character arc with no previous sort of indication about who this mercenary group is, who this kid with dragon powers is. And if you don't know D&D, you haven't got a clue who Tiamat is or Aurelia. You don't know these characters, but in D&D they are big characters, especially Tiamat. But
Joey had his hand up.
Oh, I'm
he was saying he doesn't know who they are.
Who does not know who they are.
I see.
And when you know who these characters are, these opposing forces of dragon nature, it means a bit more. But for like Joey, who doesn't really know D&D lore, and probably a good chunk of the people who are watching this series, and I feel like that was almost across the board. That if you don't know this series, if you don't know the particular series, then you're not really going to care.
Can I just say something about this series? I think I feel like we're shitting on it, and we kind of are. But the stories, I don't think were the strong point of it. I feel like if you are invested in the thing that they're covering, so Tim, I imagine, hear me out here, I imagine you enjoyed the Warhammer one.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I mean, big surprise. What I have to say about this series is, I think, bar none, every episode was visually mega impressive.
Yeah, like on a production level, really good.
There was one episode, the Crossfire one, where I actually had to go and Google, is it made with AI? Because some of the character animations reminded me of...
I had that problem with a few of them where it looked it was a little bit too uncanny valley that it almost slipped into the, has this been done with AI?
Well, the Crossfire one is because they were there was a scene where they were driving and the guy was in the middle seat in the back talking to the two people in the front, and he did the thing when he's frustrated that AI loves to do, where they throw their hands forward and make their mouth really big and go, "Rah, I'm really angry." The fingers all go jazz hands. And I thought, I'm sure I've seen like a strawberry do that when he's really angry on TikTok.
Joey and I, I say Joey and I, Joey has this thing where he will send me AI slop of fruits and vegetables having arguments.
All the time.
Yeah, all the time. And I know exactly the movement you mean because it is in every single one of those videos.
But this is why I had to Google it. However, none of Secret Level was made using AI at all. It was all people. And I think that when you're taking source material that typically, and I'm saying typically because Concord is in here, typically has fairly strong stories to begin with. And then you're
a strong story of Pac-Man.
And well, I mean, you know.
Well, I'll get onto that. There's a story for that.
But I think that if you're then asking someone to come up with something brand new within that universe, I don't think that was their strong suit. I think that they started with the visual and worked backwards, and that shows. And that's not a bad thing. And it really did show for an excellently visual experience. I sat and I watched the whole thing like, wow, that's really cool. Particularly the D&D episode. The dragons in the D&D episode, which is what reminded me. Like, I had no idea what was going on, but I was like, damn, this just looks excellent. And that was episode 1. Sifu was episode 2. And then it all went downhill.
A little bit,
It looked lovely, but didn't hold my attention.
The thing is, as well, obviously, as far as I'm aware, every episode's been done by a different studio, a different director, different art director, yada, 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 which is great if you can have some cohesion between the episodes. Halo Legends did that many, many moons ago, where they got loads of different studios in to tell different stories, but they were all contained within the Halo universe. So if you were a Halo fan, you kind of knew what was going on, but this was very sort of...
It was shotgun approach is what it felt like.
It was piecemealed, yeah.
It was far and wide reaching. Tim, sorry, we've spoken over you there. What did you think?
I have very mixed feelings on this whole series. There's a really good video by this YouTuber called Pointless Hub who talks about like pretty terrible movies for the most part. And he talked about the film Ready Player One, and he summarized it with this. Do you like familiar thing? I like familiar thing. Show me more familiar thing. And this is what I got out of it, because if I didn't know the franchise, really, like take for example, Honor of Kings, I'm aware of it. I've never played it. Therefore, when I watch the episode, I don't really give a fuck about it. And I feel like that's kind of the hole that Secret Level fell into time and time again. I think this could totally be consumer bias. The fact that the episodes that I really liked happened to be the ones that I was familiar with the lore and the content of probably speaks volumes about what the things that I enjoyed about it. However, the stuff I wasn't familiar with, particularly a lot of the space exploration stuff, because like Joey said, there's a lot of space exploration in the series. It just kind of didn't do it for me. And that could totally be on me. However, the ratings for this season, like on a per episode rating, they're not that favorable.
Really?
If I pull up secret level,
and I think this is one of those things where if someone comes to you and says, I've watched every episode of Secret Level and loved every episode of it, they are lying, because they are so, in terms of everything barring the art the sort of the art level of it, they're so varied that there's no way you can love every episode.
Okay, so what I have is I have a synopsis of each episode, and I have its IMDb rating. So I figure it'd be great to just go through each episode just as a brief synopsis and talk about our feelings on it.
So, we're going through each one. We'll talk about what we felt about it. We'll move on to the next one. We'll do the same, and then whabang.
Yeah, whabang, done. Because normally, like I say, with cutscenes, we're examining one franchise or one game, and I don't think you can really do that with this. So, Episode 1, Dungeons and Dragons. Solon, a young boy who has been tattooed for life to be sacrificed by cultists, is rescued by adventurers Mora Tally, Laserman, Alcohol. I was about to say alcohol.
Alcohol.
Yeah, and alcohol.
He's been rescued by alcohol.
The gin
We've all
wizard.
been there.
Possessed by a malevolent force, he is comforted by Mora, who assures him that he can fight for his better nature. They are pursued by cultists into the stronghold of a dragon, Auriel, who absorbs the dark taint from Solon as his tattoos disappear. While the others defeat the pursuers, Auriel is quickly infected by evil and dies as Tiamat erupts from his body. The four warriors team up to fight Solon, who now has holy powers to resist Tiamat. The problem is with this episode, it doesn't have a conclusion.
It doesn't have a start either.
It doesn't have a start and it doesn't have an end, but it's at the end of a story.
Yeah. Also, the character Tally, who was on screen quite a lot, was so annoying. I feel like you shouldn't be willing for or begging for one of your main party to be killed.
That was the paladin woman, wasn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. She was
Like-
so annoying.
I mean, to beat a dead horse with this here. Again, in terms of production volume, it's production value rather outstanding. Looks
the
beautiful.
dragons, unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Probably some of the best on-screen dragons I've ever seen.
Yeah, but in terms of plot, it's a real whole load of nothing. Nothing happens, and they want you to get invested in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, so Alex hit the nail on the head. If this was episode 3 in a 6-part series about Dungeons and Dragons, how good would that be?
It would have been great.
The thing is, there is within the D&D world and all the books, the thousands of books, there is so much about Tiamat, the cult of dragons, Soriel, dragon cultists taking sacrifices. There is so much they could easily get at least a 6-part series out of it. Easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, even focusing on the one party, that would be really fun. Actually, I did see a brilliant idea actually for a D&D campaign series where it was like if a character dies, just have the actor come back playing someone else.
But for the episode 3 out of 10.
Well, that's how most actual plays work.
I was joking.
3 out
Tim.
of 10
I think,
it was.
No, that was my rating.
Oh my God.
It's not really. I think I would put it a bit higher than that, like maybe a 5-6 out of 10.
Okay, let's go with a 6. Alex, what are you saying?
I'd say a 7, but I'm invested in the material.
All right, I'm going to split the difference and call it a 7.5. IMDb has got it at a 7.2.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Reasonable.
Just wish it was a whole story.
Yes. Give me more of it, please. Next one, Sifu. It takes a life. Joey, you've played Sifu. I've played Sifu. Alex, have you played Sifu?
We did it for the podcast.
No,
Did
we
we?
didn't. We don't have
No.
an episode on
I'm
Sifu.
sure we did.
No, we didn't.
No.
Did we have one planned and then it got changed?
Nope.
Probably.
Because I definitely had Sifu on the list at one point.
All right.
Well, we haven't played for
anyway.
the pod yet.
Right, Joey, do you want to briefly explain what the main mechanic of Sifu is?
Yes, you are a martial art man, Huiya, who, when he dies, comes back older. Ooh.
Really appreciate the sound effects as well. That really demonstrates it. The audio emoji, if you will.
Exactly, yeah.
Good. Right. A young man, MC is his name, visits a street vendor before spotting Sean's gang, the men who killed his father and struck MC down. Following them into a club, MC fights his way through the gang in his hunt for Sean. Some manage to kill MC, but he has the ability to come back to life with greater skill at the cost of his age. By the time he reaches Sean to fulfill his revenge, he is aged beyond Sean's recognition, and his vendetta is now satisfied. The elderly MC returns to the street vendor, who assumes that he is his own grandfather before realizing that he is the same man.
There you go.
Cool. I thought this was one of the prettier episodes of like this whole series is pretty. This is really pretty.
Well, it looks like Sifu.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, it's a whole story. This was the best
Yeah.
one in the series for me.
It's up there for me. This is a really good one.
8.5
Alex,
out
any
of 10.
thoughts?
Yeah, it was easily one of the best. As soon as it started, I was like, "Ooh, this is a pretty art style," and it goes through the whole story. You get it. It explains the aging mechanic without explaining it. It shows you the aging mechanic at work.
Show,
So
don't
you're not
tell.
you're not there at the end of the episode going, why is his granddad at the food stall? You're there going, she has an inkling, but she doesn't know for certain.
This art style was so pretty that they copied it later down the line for Spelunky, which is not the same art style.
No. Right, Joey, you gave it an 8.5. Alex, what do you want to give it?
8.5, yeah.
8.5. IMDb has got it at 7.3.
Tim, what would you have given it?
I'd probably give it like an 8. I thought it was pretty damn good.
Fair enough.
Right, episode 3, New World, the Once and Future King. This one was strange, with the main protagonist being voiced by Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm not
No.
kidding when I say that. It
And
is
then you
actually
kidding.
him.
Yeah, I know. I
Um,
had to look it up.
there's a surprising amount of celebrity cast in this, but we'll get to that on a per episode basis. King Aelstrom sets sail to conquer the land of Eternium, but his armada is destroyed in a storm. Washing up on Eternium shores, Aelstrom and his advisor Skelova, an amputee with one arm, are the sole survivors. Aelstrom attempts to knight a nearby scavenger, Erda, who instead kills him and Skelova. They are resurrected on the beach they arrived at and realize that they can never leave the island, nor can they die. The arrogant, self-obsessed Aelstrom challenges the island's ruler, King Zima, in various contests for the throne, losing every time. When Skelova admits that Aelstrom was a terrible king, Aelstrom abandons him, obtaining magical weaponry and armor, challenging Zima again, only to still be defeated. Bored of Aelstrom's efforts to overthrow him, Zima simply drops his crown, and while Skelova suggests that Eternum is an eternity of second chances, Aelstrom returns to the beach with the crown himself, only to realize that he is all alone. He seeks Erda's help to learn blacksmithing, and as time passes, he reconciles with Skelova, gifting him a prosthetic arm forged out of the crown. Alex, immediate thoughts on this one?
So this is based on the Amazon Prime game
New World.
New World,
Mhm.
an MMO that is being sunsetted and will be offline as of January 2027.
Oof.
I played the game. The story that they're telling is pretty much spot on for the exact start of the game itself. You arrive on Eternium through a shipwreck. You can get professions, one of which is blacksmithing. However, shit episode. Did not care for it at all. I found the king to be completely unlikable and irritating, and it was just a series of flashbacks, well, flash forwards, I suppose, of the king getting killed and resurrected and going, oh, well, maybe I'm a bad man. Or whatever the story for it
Maybe
was.
he's a roadman.
Did not care for it at all. And this was another one of them where the art style was really uncanny valley for me because it was just shy of realism to the point it looked a bit AI.
To me,
wasn't.
this was the ugliest episode.
Yes.
And it's purely the faces. And as Alex has rightly pointed out, it absolutely falls into the uncanny valley. You know it should be a person, but it doesn't look like a person. So it's very unsettling.
It's almost like they've rotoscoped the actual actors into the character. Like they've just drawn their faces over.
It's bizarre. Like I found it also interesting that this seems to be the only episode in the whole series that's almost taken as a comedy.
No, it's not a comedy.
It's a comedy.
Not a comedy.
Joey, what are your thoughts?
Shit episode.
Bad.
I hated this episode and I really hated it because I thought everything that they're talking about is so interesting, but portrayed so poorly. And yeah, as soon as you realise that Arnie is voicing, just
You can't unhear it after
just
that.
I
not-
can't hear it.
But there's another really big name in one of the later episodes that we're going to talk about that they do really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But yeah, this was not it. The guy looked like a what's the thing in Super Mario that's like a brick wall?
A thwomp.
A thwomp, yeah. The lead character looked like a thwomp in this. And it really, really stuck with me and bothered me.
That's amazing. Do you guys want to give your ratings on this one?
5, 4,
5.
4.
4, 3. We'll call it a 3.5 to split the difference. IMDb has given this a 7.4, above
So the
Seaford.
best one so far.
Above Sifu and D&D.
Yeah,
IMDb might be high.
I mean, the thing.
I'm a dumbass.
The problem is it's an Amazon series doing an episode on an Amazon game. So do we believe that rating?
well, it's
But
IMDb.
it's
IMDb is
rated by
independent of Amazon.
IMDb.
Are they?
Yeah,
Yes.
they're separate
they
companies. They have no
independent
vested
though?
interest in you. Yes.
But I feel like this is all
Fair
they should
enough.
have knocked out the park.
Yeah.
Amazon series, Amazon game. Yes.
I mean,
Amazon
I don't know whether
customer service levels of shite.
I just don't know. I don't know what happened because the budget definitely didn't go to licensing. They already own it. So what happened? I thought Arnie was okay as a character, to be fair, given they were going for a comedy.
No, it's not a comedy.
Right.
It's a serious film.
Next episode, Unreal
Sorry.
Tournament.
The same studio did that one as did Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep.
Like
What happened?
the best, probably one of the best looking ones to one of the worst looking ones. So you know where the budget went. Episode
Blew
one.
their load on D&D.
Yeah. Right.
Just like
Unreal
Alex.
Tournament. Zan is episode 4. Unreal Tournament. Let me get the thing.
Do you want me to
mining
read it, Tim?
Sure.
A mining robot gains sentience and realizes that its human masters abuse robots and view them as expendable. Taking control of its comrades, the robot leads an uprising and kills their masters. I'm trying to make this a bit more bouncy and happy than it came off in the episode. The robots, those pesky robots, are arrested. And they're forced to complete public gladiatorial combat as a warning against rebellion. Watching the fights, the sentient robot learns tactics to win its own battle. A string of victories continue as the robot gains the name Zan and the approval of the masses. Woohoo!
Wow.
Determined to learn why entire teams are losing to mining robots with no combat programming, the game master orders a technician to study the fallen robot's remains and sends her Necris captain and his soldiers to personally fight Zan. Realizing this plan, Zan uploads himself into the robot, being examined by the technician, gaining control of the stadium itself, and defeats the captain and his team. The game master enters the stadium with her guards to personally oversee Zan's execution, only for Zan to use his control of the arena to kill the guards and ignite a rebellion with the support of the audience.
What are they like?
Immediate thoughts, Joey?
I don't remember this episode at all. I'm trying to Google it because what I've had to do for all of these is Google the name of it and go, oh, that's that one.
Yeah. All right. While you're doing that, immediate thoughts, Alex?
Excellent episode. The story was self-contained. It told a full story. You didn't need to know the reference material behind it at all. And the actual fights themselves were really well laid out, really well animated. It was just a good episode. It wasn't perfect all around, but it was pretty solid.
I don't think I watched this one.
All right.
Because I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking there's no way I would not remember this, but I don't think I watched this one.
Interesting. All right. For what it's worth, I thought this was one of the better episodes of the whole series. Like, as someone who's played a good amount of Unreal Tournament, it felt like I was watching an Unreal Tournament thing, and I was.
Good.
Alex, as we're discounting Joey's score this episode, what would you give it?
7.
7?
I give it a 6.5.
IMDb's given it an 8.
Best so far.
Best so far.
People, step back because we're going to talk about Warhammer and you are currently in the splash zone for Tim. So let's just tone it down a bit. Tim, tissues at the ready.
I'm coming in your ears, people.
Coming in your ears.
Sergeant Meteorus acknowledges briefing of a mission to destroy a relic before donning his power armor and reflecting on a soldier that he recruited, a boy who knew no fear rather than needing it trained out of him to become a space marine. Meteorus and his squad, including Lieutenant Titus, arguably the most important character in all of 40k lore, are dropped onto
the
a
Emperor
planet.
would like a word.
Yeah, that's why I said one of them. So they're dropped onto a planet, dragging a sarcophagus. They battle chaos cultists and eventually reach the relic, which is a giant statue. The sarcophagus opens to reveal a Psyker, who provides them with a psychic force field. A powerful chaos sorcerer flanks the Marines and kills the Psyker, freezing time to physically prey on the Marines' deepest fears. Killing it reaches Meteorus, who is confronted with a vision of Titus becoming corrupted into a Chaos Marine as the sergeant falls. Titus, the recruit without fear, resists the sorcerer's attack and kills it outright. Dragging his men to safety, he contacts a Marine spacecraft and calls in an orbital strike on the relic. As a wave of cultists approach, Meteorus is resigned to death, but Titus disagrees and turns to face the oncoming horde. Good? Good.
Cool.
Alex, immediate thoughts?
The monster, which the name of which I didn't catch, the weird eyeball with teeth, very cool design, really liked it. The animation was good all round. It was, as Joey alluded to very early on, it was basically just gore porn for the Warhammer boys. It was fine. Yeah, that's it. It was fine.
Okay. Joey, your thoughts?
It was lots of brick wall shaped men screaming while they fired guns. Now, visually, I think this was probably one of the most and least impressive because there was a lot of dark space and a lot of dust as gunfire went off. But there is one scene, where they're dragging the coffin through the luminous blood?
Yeah.
That scene, I think if you said to me secret level, that is the one that would stand out. That's the image. I think that was absolutely spectacular. I think it was like watching Gears of War more than 40k for me, Tim. I'm sorry, I don't understand the lore.
That's all right. This is what I mean, though. But in terms of if you know the IP that the episode is referencing, you probably get a lot more out of it.
But once again, imagine this as a 3 or a 6-part series.
Oh, don't!
An hour of screaming men as they fire guns rather than 10 minutes. That's
exactly what I want. I know Henry Cavill is working with Amazon on a Prime on a Warhammer Amazon Prime series.
Alex, when that comes out, I'm kind of ill for the cutscenes.
Yeah, I might be too.
That's fine. I can do it as a solo episode. I get it.
So
good.
It'd just be 3 hours of. So then King Titus, give me a minute.
For those who, Tim, I don't know if you're doing this as a don't know if you're doing this as a visual episode. For anyone who can't see that, if Tim is doing a visual episode, anyone who's not able to see, when Alex made that noise, he also performed a wanking motion.
Good, in case you couldn't get it.
Tim, Tim,
what did you
think? Into your waistband. What did you think?
I thought this one was pretty damn great. For obvious reasons, it's the one that sticks out to me when I think of Secret Level. Warhammer. But the other side of this is, and it's kind of hard to get away from the fact that I associate this with Secret Level because this is what Secret Level uses as its fucking advertisement. If you go on the Secret Level Amazon Prime video selection, it is plastered in Warhammer.
I suppose it wouldn't advertise as well to the masses if it was just plastered in Spelunky and Concord.
Well, I suppose, yeah.
Can you imagine if it was Concord? It would have shut down quicker than the actual fucking game did.
Yeah. Right, guys. Initial thoughts. Ratings out of 10?
6.
6? 6. IMDb gives this an 8.7.
So
making it the best one so far.
I've been Googling them as they go to see the art style. Yeah. When you Google this one's name and go to Google Images, all it is just Warhammer Boys thumbnails looking very excited as the word Secret Level is behind them.
Yeah.
It's the only one that people seem to be jorking it over.
Warhammer Boys be into Warhammer. Myself included.
Yes.
Good. Right, Pac-Man the Circle.
Yes.
Where's my synopsis? There we go.
A humanoid creature with no memories awakens in an underground chamber. In a underground chamber. In a humdy-dumdy-down chamber. He's greeted by a flowing yellow sphere, Puck, who tells him he is the chosen, who will escape the maze, an alien world of dangerous flora, fauna, and hungry ghosts. At Puck's urging, he takes a sword and practices for his role, killing and eating the other life forms he encounters. Looking back, he sees what resembles down spacecraft, whilst wandering the desolate landscape, dotted with weapon emplacements. When the swordsman fails to defeat the final guardian at the exit, Puck eats him, gaining the power to defeat the guardian. Realizing Puck is the one who trapped him and needs his body to escape, the swordsman rips Puck out of him and dies. Puck returns to the underground complex and awakens anew. Chosen.
Cool. Joey, initial thoughts?
Really like this one.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool, and I think it's really cool because of what I said earlier. There is no story here, so any story can't be compared to what the actual source material is.
Can I make a counterpoint?
Pac-Man's got a story about how you eat pills in the dark.
No. Bandai
I also eat pills in the dark. What's your point?
Bandai worked on a game called Shadow Labyrinth and worked with Amazon to commission an episode based on it. This is that. So Shadow Labyrinth.
That's the one with the weird red thing, isn't it? The big red
Correct.
tooth monster.
Yes. So in that, you play as a boy who has a sword navigating a maze on an alien planet with an evil Pac-Man following you as an assistant.
Well, I think this was done very well. I enjoyed it. I like the twist. It was good. I also thought it threw questions about the original game because Pac-Man is the bad guy in this, which, I thought was pretty cool.
It's fun. Yeah, eat or be eaten is the message that's hammered out the audience throughout like multiple parts of the episode. And when you think back to Pac-Man in its original arcade release, the exact same concept applies. The Puck even says the only thing you cannot eat of a ghost is the eyes.
It says waka waka,
hey.
Sabanamana, eat some pills now. It's time for Pac-Man.
Yeah, Alex, your thoughts?
It was a really cool art style. It was a really good story and everything else. If it wasn't for the title of Pac-Man at the front, I'd have had no idea this was Pac-Man. I wouldn't have had a clue. I'd have probably been like, have they just ripped off Pac-Man here? Would have never put it as an actual Pac-Man thing.
Yeah. The only thing for me, and this is purely a me thing, because I live on fighting games and memes, is the protagonist of this episode, The Chosen, is voiced by a guy called Alex Lee, who is becoming quite the prolific voice actor. I know him initially from Luke in Street Fighter, but he's, done a whole bunch of other fighting games. He's done a whole bunch of anime. But whenever I hear his voice, I'm always just like, oh, it's Alex Lee. And that's all I can see for the remainder of the episode. To give you guys an idea of why I mentioned the memes bit, he's the guy who does the, dude, you look huge meme.
Oh, nice.
That's him.
Is he also the guy from... Is it Solo Leveling where he does the rise?
Yeah,
thing?
he's the English dub of the guy from Solo Leveling. Yep. Very good voice actor.
I just remember watching a video, and it was obviously a jokey video of him in the voice booth doing the arise scene, and he's just doing also. At one point, he just shouts the word erect.
Yeah. Right. Scores on this one. Thoughts?
Higher than Warhammer, 8.8.
Okay.
I actually would have given it an 8 out of 10, but I just wanted it to be higher than Warhammer.
Reasonable. Alex?
6.5.
6.5. What we call that? A 7.5 split? Something like that?
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a 6.3. Oh, sorry, 6.7 rather.
6.7. What?
So it's got a 6.7 on IMDb. It's the lowest rated episode so far.
I'm going to guess that's because people don't know the lore behind it that Tim kindly explained.
Possibly.
And everyone's watched it and gone, what the fuck's this got to do with Pac-Man?
Well, I mean, it's across 5.7 thousand ratings, so I would hope that some people know about it. But you're probably right. People will look at it and went, oh, Pac-Man, that'll be funny, and then got this hellscape. Good. Right.
Wow.
Crossfire. Good conflict.
Okay.
All right, let me get the synopsis.
What were you waiting for?
Yeah, we were waiting on you, Tim.
I thought you were going to do it because you said okay, and like you were going to go for it.
I was going to say Crossfire, bad episode, but spoiler warning.
In an abandoned city, a group of mercenaries, including Layla, Fitz, and Mason, have been hired by a civilian handcuffed to a briefcase to protect him. The rival Global Risk team, led by Cross and Cabrera, have been tasked to recover the briefcase, identifying it through a thermal scope. The mercenaries are split into cars while Global Risk give chase in armored vehicles, boxing the mercenaries in under an underpass. A firefight ensues, and the mercenaries deploy a phosphorus flare used to mask their heat signatures, and fleeing as the briefcase is left behind. The briefcase that is left behind, rather, is revealed to be a decoy. Deducing the most likely escape route, the Global Risk team pursues Fitz, Mason, and the client to the seaport. Cross guns Mason down, and Fitz abandons the client to exact revenge. Layla finds the client and is confronted by Cabrera, but gives up the briefcase and convinces Fitz to spare Cross, reminding him that they are not the bad guys. Despite the client's protest, Layla and Fitz fulfill their contract by dropping him at the border, while Cabrera rescues Cross, briefcase in hand. Alex, in fact, Alex and Joey, feel free to answer at the same time. Did you guys give a shit about anything that happened in this episode?
No shit.
This was the weakest one.
And it was not the weakest one. We will get on to the weakest one. But so much happened here that you could just not care less about. So much happened with nothing happening.
Yeah.
This was the opposite of Seafood. They just told you stuff.
It's the illusion of progress as an episode.
And this was another one of those episodes that had the really uncomfortable art style behind it. Like the characters were so close to realism looking, but then the environments and the vehicles and everything else looked PS2 era.
Well, this is the one that I had to Google whether it was AI.
Yeah.
Yes, you did say.
Because of the angry hands.
Boring.
Absolute tripe.
Right. Let's get the ratings out of the way with that. Alex, you first.
It's a 2.
A 2?
That's being generous.
2 is harsh, I think.
I think a 5.
A 5? All right, we'll split the difference and call it a 3.5. It's got a 6.3 on IMDb. Ooh. The lowest rated episode so far, but still significantly above Joey and Alex's score.
2.
Yeah. Right, next episode, Armored Core Asset Management. Starring, drumroll please, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
And when I realised that, again, it's one of these things where it's impossible to not see Keanu Reeves.
It was very obvious Keanu Reeves, and they had a lot of time zoomed very, very close to his face.
Yeah, his CG face.
Yes.
An augmented core pilot stumbles out of a bar, unable to connect with anyone but the AI augment implanted in his brain. The last of his surgically modified kind, he is addicted to a drug-enhanced rush of piloting his core. He suits up as the AI alerts him to an incoming job. He engages in 2 enemy core pilots, noting their remarkable synchronicity, but defeats both mechs before continuing towards the target, a mountain base. He encounters 3 more incredibly skilled pilots, disabling one of them with a surprise attack, and narrowly destroying the others by collapsing the mountain tunnel behind them. The pilot reaches the base, a facility similar to the lab where he was augmented before the technology was supposedly lost. The AI realizes that the target was the other pilots who have already been augmented, and believes that they were not trying to kill him. The last surviving enemy pilot asks for assistance, but the pilot crushes his skull with his mech, insisting that, quote, "No one is like me." He then tipped his fedora and sheathed his katana. Guys, thoughts?
The armored core bits were the worst bit of this episode.
Yeah?
This sounds ridiculous, but I really enjoyed the bits with Keanu Reeves and the AI in his brain. I didn't care for the mech at all. I mean, if you really want to hear my feelings on mechs, please go and listen to our episode on Armored Core Fires of Rubicon, because I'm not positive on them. However, there was something in this one that I really enjoyed, and that was the interaction between Keanu Reeves' character and the AI. But more importantly, when the AI turned off and he was isolated from everyone, it was genuinely human feeling in CG. It was absolutely brilliantly told. And then they brought mechs into it, and I just stopped caring.
The dopamine addicted Gundam enjoying weeb in me really liked the mech movement. It felt like I was watching an Armored Core thing because it almost had that skating like movement during the combat, which I really liked. But you're right, Joey. In terms of like the highlight of the episode, it's the interaction between Keanu and his AI, and equally at points when the AI is not there. Interestingly, though, the voice of the AI is also the voice of the AI from the Armored Core games, with the exception of Armored Core 6.
Oh, there you go.
Neat.
I
Alex,
like the kind of ties to the games. That's good doing. Well
that's
done.
good doing. Good work, Amazon. Thank you, Jeff Bezos.
Thank you, Bezos, our Lord and Savior.
Alex, your thoughts on Armored Core?
I mean, the episode was pretty true to the series, even as much as like the way the mechs moved and the way combat worked, fairly true to the series. This might have been the most star-studded cast for an episode that has one character. Because obviously we've got Keanu Reeves, as you've mentioned. You've got the AI, which is Erin Yvette. She's known for being the new Metroid, the new Samus Aran. She's done a bunch of other voice acting work in a lot of games. Excuse me. Steve Blum is in it, who is famously the voice of Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop. And Patrick Schwarzenegger's in it.
Patty Schwartz.
It is not me. It is the other Schwarzenegger.
It's not
Patty
a comedy.
Schwartz is in it. And
Patty Schwartz from his famous role in Grown Ups 2.
His famous role of being Arnold's son. But yeah, it was all right. It wasn't a bad series. It wasn't a bad episode.
All right. Well, what would you guys give it out of 10?
7.5.
7.5, Joey? Sorry, Alex?
Yeah, that sounds fair. 7.5.
You two are spot on. 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb as well.
Well done, IMDb. You didn't fuck that one up.
Episode 9, The Outer Wilds, The Company We Keep. Amos is an orphan sorting garbage on a backwater planet. He happens upon a man putting up posters who reads the advertisement to him, looking for test subjects for Auntie Cleo, a pharmaceutical mega corporation. Amos is keen to see Dr. Felicity Caro, a fellow orphan who showed him kindness and has since become the product's testing's lead scientist. After working off his debt for stealing a poster, the naive but good-hearted Amos becomes a willing test subject, enduring dangerous trials that eventually end up with him losing all of his limbs, replaced by mechanical prosthetics. He finally reunites with Felicity, who is consumed by her goal of becoming the head and face of the company. Abandoned by Felicity, a desperate Amos tries to bring the head of the company recorded evidence of Felicity's plan to release the products to the public untested, making them the largest sample size possible. But instead, Felicity has already become the new Auntie Cleo. She is seemingly filled with regrets, but Amos assures her that she's not a bad person and urges her to pursue her ambition. She takes his evidence and departs the planet. Left behind, Amos remarks that he still loves Auntie Cleo. Alex, your thoughts on this one?
So this game, I've only played a little bit of it, but my understanding is that pretty much everyone in the universe, if you're not part of capitalism, you are a slave to capitalism, which, oh boy, hits too close to home at this point. But that's as far as my understanding of the series goes. This episode could not give a damn about. It was boring. Amos was irritating as fuck. Every time Amos opened his mouth, I wanted to slap him. And it was another one of them with really, really weird character art. Like, it was just bizarre. Amos looked a little bit like he could have been a pop vinyl figure because he had just a massive head. And it was just boring.
Okay, all right. Joey, your thoughts?
Ha 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 ha! I love all those things you said. I
Joey went for a wee.
I went for a wee. I came back and heard that Alex thought it was boring, which I think is a bit sad. I really didn't enjoy The Outer Worlds as a game. secret levels should be subtitled all the games that we played for the pod that Joey did not like. But as an episode, I didn't think it was terrible. I thought the lead character's motivations, doing it for the girl that he loves, were pure and easy enough to get along with. I thought I liked how you saw how much he was sacrificing throughout the episode because he was slowly getting more and more hooked up. I do agree that the art style was a bit strange, but I don't think it was a bad episode by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not going to go any further than a 6.5, though.
Solid. I actually really like this episode. I really liked Amos's character. For those who don't know, The Outer Worlds, we've obviously played it on the pod, but it's made by Obsidian Entertainment, the guys who made Fallout New Vegas, arguably one of the greatest Western RPGs ever made. And this is their love letter to their work on that. Or rather, The Outer Worlds is, and I'm sure The Outer Worlds 2... I don't know if that's out. Is that out? I feel like it is.
Yeah, it's been out for ages.
Okay, good. But I felt like Amos was a character that you could reasonably find or even make in a game like The Outer Worlds. It felt, I'm not going to say immersive, but almost like I could see someone playing a character like Amos, where his whole gimmick was that he can never lie, and is devoted to the nth degree to a singular goal. Like I thought that was really cool.
He's played by Jim Carrey in a film where he's a lawyer.
Yes,
I see what you're saying.
Liar. Yeah, thank you. Took me a minute. But yeah, I thought. Again, we've referenced character art a lot in this episode because there's a lot of episode to take into consideration here. But the face in this, it's the eyes that were really unsettling to me. It kind of reminded me of Attila. Is it Attila or Alita, Battle Angel?
Attila the Hun, yeah.
Yeah, it reminded me of Attila the Hun, but not to the same degree. And I thought the episode was good. I thought it was good. There's not much else to say about it. It was good.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. You're good. Joe, you said 6.5.
Yeah.
Alex?
It's like a 4.
Okay, we'll call it a 5.5 to split the difference. It's got a 6.5. So Joey is bang on. Right. Next episode. Mega Man starts.
Right. This one I will do. Tim, we're 2/3 of the way through this and we're already going for an hour.
Yeah.
And for the audience, Tim has to edit this in 2 days and we're recording 4 episodes tonight. So let's get this. Well, Tim and I are. You're swanning off after 3. Let's get this ball rolling. Mega Man, there is a bad guy called Dr. Light.
No, Dr. Light's a good guy. Dr. Wily's the bad one.
Oh my God, I just did not care. Okay, there are 2 doctors who are bad. One of them is one of them's bad, one of them's good. There is a bomb man that is sent to take out Mega Man, and Mega Man has to.
Got it wrong. The whole thing is Dr. Wily is taking over the city by essentially stealing the robots that Dr. Light has made, and we don't know quite how he's doing it. So in an effort to save the city, Dr. Light deploys Bomb Man, who is like just a big robot that just hucks bombs at things, like every good human being does. And one of Dr. Wily's little spider bot things that he uses to take over the robots enters the lab, latches itself onto Bomb Man, and it basically becomes a 10-minute fight scene, and that's the episode.
Was it 10 minutes? I thought the whole episode was 7.
No, like it was about 10 minutes on the whole episode. But it ends up with Mega Man, aka Rock, because he was called Rockman in Japanese.
The whole episode is 8 minutes long, Tim.
There you go. But it ends up with Rockman eventually donning the armor of Mega Man that you would see on the classical games, and standing on a building while an orchestral version of the Wily theme from Mega Man 2 plays. It's not good. This one, it's
the second worst in the whole thing for me.
I love Mega Man. I have played so much goddamn Mega Man. This does not do it justice at all. Like the closest thing that it has got is Dr. Light. It mentions Dr. Wily, and it has a Mega Man, and that is about it.
Yeah.
Alex, your thoughts?
I honestly can't give you my thoughts because I don't remember the episode. I must
Oh.
have zoned out.
If you Google the art style on this one, you'll see this was by far the worst looking.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
no,
already
sorry,
looked at it, yeah.
no. After New World, this was the worst looking one.
It looks a bit like is it Kingdom Clash or whatever that mobile game's called?
Oh, yeah, Clash of Clans.
It looks a bit
Yeah.
like that.
It
All right,
looks
well,
like
let's get
someone
to-
blended Mega Man into AI slop and then threw it in a toilet and a blender at the same time. Bad.
Let's go to ratings. Joey,
3.
Alex,
I don't remember, so I'm abstaining.
abstaining. Joey got a 6.
That
It-
is sickening.
It is the lowest rated episode so far, but it is double your score.
Genuinely shite.
Right, Exodus, Odyssey. Joey, take it away because I was falling asleep in this episode.
Nick Hansen is a widowed mechanic on a recently colonized frontier world, Lydon. Yearning for more, his daughter Mai runs away with traveler Raphael, exploring the galaxy for priceless artifacts. Nick is desperate to find his daughter, and Thady Voss leads him to lends him money for his own voyage, utilizing warp gates to accelerate his ship to near light speed. Due to time dilation, his decade-long journey means several decades have passed for Mari. With help from Raphael's father, Nick continues search for Mari, Raphael, and their crew, who are fleeing from the alien Celestial Empire. In pursuit of his daughter, Nick becomes a servant to the Celestials and eventually catches up with Mari, who is now older than her father. Nick steals a ship and escapes the Celestials with Mari, who shares a map from more artifacts before finally passing away. Nick returns to Lydon with an invaluable artifact to make the planets more hospitable, leaving it with Kara Voss, Thady's granddaughter. Revealing the artifact is a long overdue payment, Nick departs to continue his daughter's quest. I don't even know what game this is from.
Exodus.
It's from Exodus.
I've never heard of Exodus.
I think it's fairly new. I think it came out last year.
Well, this episode came out in 2024.
Well, then I'm obviously wrong. Initial release date 2027.
So it's not
Suck it.
fucking out yet.
It's from a role. There was a role playing game in 2008.
Oh, okay.
It
A
didn't.
post-apocalypse. Yeah.
This one didn't feel like a video game. It felt like Interstellar.
But like, it felt like Interstellar if someone was telling you it from memory.
yeah, that's fair. I don't think it was particularly strong. I did say earlier I think it was one of my favorite. I think on reflection, I'm not sure that's fair. It was okay. It wasn't the strongest, but it wasn't the worst.
It's one of them that could do quite well if it got given like a 6-parter, because they've tried to condense a whole lot of story of the history of the universe, how we've got there, the history of the Celestials, these ancient artifacts that they try to find. There's a lot of information to cram into a 7-minute episode or however long it is.
This one was 15 minutes.
It's still an awful lot to try and
it's a
cram in.
lot.
Good. Right. Joey, your score.
7.
7. Alex, your score.
6.5.
Alex is closer with 6.6.
Woo. Did
Whoa.
you just dab?
He did.
It's been
Yeah,
a
like the
long
week-
episode so far, hasn't it?
It's like the weakest dab I've seen in years.
Oh, don't take
Right.
that, Alex.
Number
Drop a strong dab on him right now.
episode number 12, Spelunky.
Yeah,
can I-
okay.
can I
So
talk about
Spelunky
the-
is a young adventurer who keeps dying and then realizes each death is not a death; it's an adventure waiting to happen.
Pretty much. I love the
That's
fact
the
that the
story.
main character's name is Anna Spelunky.
Yeah,
Right. Have you guys played Spelunky?
for like 5 minutes.
I really like
Yeah.
Spelunky. I think it's great. And I really like this episode.
Is it a story about dying over and over and treating
Well-
each one as a new adventure?
Well, you do that in Spelunky. You die a lot and you try and learn from each of your experiences. You learn for like what traps to look out for, how enemies behave, etc.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
It's good. It felt like a very faithful adaptation. It felt like a I say faithful adaptation. There's obviously not a character called Anna Spelunky in the Spelunky games, but like but it felt like I was watching a Spelunky piece of media because I was.
I'm on Spelunky's Steam page. Spelunky is a unique platformer where you play as John Spelunky.
Oh, that's amazing.
They're actually called.
It's not true at all. But sorry to let you down. Why did this one look like Sifu?
I don't know.
Might have been the same art team.
It wasn't. Completely different studios.
Yeah.
Well, then, fuck me.
All right. But yeah, Joey summarized the story. Anna Spelunky dies over and over again, and then her other explorer friend, fairy godmother, says, "I have also died a lot," and then she learns that dying isn't the end; it's just the start of an adventure.
Yeah, visually a pretty good episode.
Yep. Right, Joey, your thoughts, scores?
6.5.
6.5. Alex?
It was faithful to the media. It was a good art style, and it had a contained story that it told well. 7.5.
7.5, so we'll call it a 7 for an even split. Try a 5.5 on for size.
Does that make it the worst?
That is the worst rated episode so far. Right, episode 13, Concord.
Wow, Concord.
The Tale of the Implaceable.
Who gives a shit?
I don't remember much about this episode. There is some sort of heist involving a janitor that's not a janitor, and there's a captain who pretends to be the enemy to get back on her own ship.
Yeah. I just remember that they treated what was described as the most valuable thing in the universe like it was a piece of trash.
Yep.
That's what I remember.
It's not good. Well, I suppose in that way it's faithful to the source material.
It's trash.
Let's quickly rattle through this one. What's your score thoughts?
Well, my question is, how the fuck did Concord get in here as a choice for a game?
The only thing I could think is, you know that meme from The Simpsons where they're like, "Why do you like potatoes so much, Mom?" I just think they're neat. I think that's what the producers did when they were picking the episodes.
The thing is, because Concord was a hero shooter game,
Heist
wasn't it?
Game, yeah.
Yeah.
It should have been successful, but it just bombed.
But the thing is, like, because from my understanding, it was trying to compete against things like Valorant at the time.
Yeah, Valorant. What was the other one? Paladins. Was there another heist shooter?
Probably. But the thing is, this episode, they could have easily done something with Valorant, with fucking Overwatch. Hell, they could have done something with Team Fortress 2, and it would have been better. I don't know why they chose. I think at the time of this being made, Concord was just released, I imagine, or
December 17th, 2024. This came out. Concord was released in August 2024.
Ah, okay.
Same, so not long between them.
Yeah.
Just don't get why Concord. Unless they really thought this was going to be the next big thing.
It must have been that.
The only thing I can remember about Concord as a game is the first trailer, and then I saw nothing of it and it died, and then this came along about 2 months later. Yeah. Right, scores on this one, gang?
I don't remember it, so I'm abstaining.
3.5.
3.5, Joey. You're behind on IMDb, but because they've got a 6.4.
This did better than Spelunky.
Yeah.
6.4 is also what Metacritic rates the actual game Concord.
It's
65 out of 100, so...
All right, we've got 2 more episodes to go. We've got Honor of Kings, The Way of All Things. The only episode titled to rhyme. Right. Yi Jing, a young Wei Kui master, seeks to
Read
challenge.
the whole thing in Chinese, Tim, please.
That's a landmine I'm not treading on. Seeks to challenge Tiangong, an artificial intelligence controlling his city. Blaming Tiangong for his parents' deaths and the city's deterioration, Yi hopes to win Tiangong's power though all previous challengers have lost and been driven mad. During their game, the Tiangong claims that all things are predetermined and that that he has predicted already everything that's going to happen and all the outcomes, as Yi realizes that the game is directly impacting the city around him. After being shown that his parents sacrificed themselves to save him and the city, Yi resolves to sacrifice himself and the opponent together. Instead, Tiangong resigns, conceding that the game and its power. Yi exits the palace with Tiangong's power to reshape the city, while Tiangong, simultaneously aware of the past, present, and future, steps through time to its first meeting with Yi, beginning their game all over again. This is another Alex Lee voice acted episode. So again, it was impossible not to hear him, but I thought it was okay. You're muted, Joey.
You're fucking muted.
I will be if you keep on like that.
I thought this was quite a strong one, to be honest with you. I thought it was very visually distinct. I thought the story was okay. It helps that it's the longest episode out of all of them, I think.
19 minutes, I think, this one?
Something like that, yeah. I think it was just shy of 20, but good. Yeah, I thought it was an okay episode. It actually made me want to look at the games, which, I mean, I have done since and still have no idea what I'm looking at, but...
It's a MOBA, Joey.
Sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Alex, your thoughts?
Yeah, it was fine. It looked nice. It was well told. I don't remember very much of it, but what I do remember is good. So
that was such
that's
a
gotta be a good
grandma's
sign.
review. Oh, it looks like
It looks lovely.
lovely.
It looks lovely. Oh. Right.
Yeah, no,
Scores.
it was fine.
7.5.
7.5. Alex?
7.
I'm going to split the difference, call it a 7.25. You guys are on the money. It's 7.2.
Hey.
Right,
Oh, why
last
does he have
episode.
MOBA?
Playtime fulfillment. Now, this might be the most, hey, member this, hey, member that episode of the entire fucking series. And I'll get into why. O is a delivery cyclist. Stupid name. In a heavily gamified world where everyone is assisted by a hovering buddy bot companion that resembles a Sobi from the Astrobot series. That she completes her delivery in the nick of time, only to be rewarded by a disappointing virtual skin for her pedal bike. Before a mysterious
she goes
stranger,
from orange to burnt orange.
Yeah. Before a mysterious stranger sends her to a familiar address with a powerful starfish-like creature called the Conduit. Ignoring the Buddybot's protests, she evades, and I'm reading this list off here, Helldivers, which came out of nowhere like a fucking... I got whiplash from them turning up. Then the Sword Colossus from Shadow of the Colossus, and then Kratos from God of War. As the Conduit helpfully transforms her bike into a number of futuristic vehicles. She abandons her buddy bot, who, by the way, is voiced by Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart, yeah.
And his daughter plays O. So she abandons her buddy bot, but then summons a swarm of fellow buddy bots to hunt her down for breach of contract, just like a Sony would. O and the Conduit then defeat the bots, and then reach her address, which happens to be her childhood home, a source of playful memories and gaming. The outside world is then, and I'm quoting the Wikipedia article here, the outside world is then populated by various PlayStation properties, including Journey and Little Big Planet. The stranger, Johnny, reveals that O has passed the test, and she happily agrees to play again. This just felt like Sony being like, look at everything we have. Look at what I have. Look at this thing.
So I like Ready Player One. I think it's quite a good film. I think it's told in a fun way. The same as I like Wreck-It Ralph. I feel like that's a fun film told in a fun way. I also feel Wreck-It Ralph 2 is a good film told in a fun way. But they are films, and they have time to go, oh, look at this thing we're referencing. This is, 10 minutes long?
Yeah.
12 minutes long, and the amount of shit that they throw in here, it's like they were at a car boot sale and there was a bag that just said PlayStation assets, and they were like, well, I'll just fucking use all of them.
I don't understand. Like, I get they want to do like a Sony episode or whatever, and I honestly thought they were going to do like a Polyhead thing with the various buddy bots. But we got Helldivers, which again, Whiplash, Shadow of the Colossus, which has, like, as much as I love Shadow of the Colossus, it hasn't been relevant in the best part of a decade and a half at this point.
I was just thinking we should do it as a game episode.
I would love to. I love Shadow of the Colossus. But then we also got Kratos, but his modern design. And then they just threw in Sackboy from Little Big Planet, who did nothing but sit in a tiny hot air balloon and giggle as he manipulated the world. Alex, your thoughts?
Just like Kevin Hartwood. I know he played Buddy Bot, but that was not as funny.
Yeah.
There was something, there was a line of dialogue at the end of the episode, and I can't remember what the line was or which of the humans said it, but it gave the distinct feeling that this episode was an attempt to make something that was like, remember what gaming used to feel like to you.
Every day used to be like this, is what
that's
I said.
it. That's the
She
one.
said it as a Terminid crossed the fucking road.
which is really interesting for an episode that was basically just a glorified Subway Surfers episode. But it was fine. It was well animated, and you know, everything. Nothing looked like a Wish.com version of the property. It all was clearly pulled straight from the property. It wasn't a bad episode. It just didn't need to exist.
The thing that made me audibly say, oh, fuck off, is when she walked out the house and the building opposite her was shaped like a PlayStation 5.
But I think that's what bothered me about this. Every episode in this series is about a single game, and this was just a Sony circle jerk.
Yeah.
It was like the Hershey's bar in the Monster Hunter movie, wasn't it? It's just such blatant product placement. I wonder where they got the money for this episode.
This whole series, don't get me wrong, is a whole bunch of just basically advertisements for properties that look at, like, being like, look at this game you can play.
Like Concord.
Look at this. Well, like Concord, that you can still play famously. But this was just Sony. Hey, remember Sackboy? Remember Journey? Remember Kratos, who was in 5 seconds?
While we were talking about this, I searched the name of it and found a Reddit thread. What are your thoughts on Secret Level Episode 15, Playtime Fulfillment? And I haven't read the comments, but you know when you get Reddit threads? About halfway down, I caught one that said, would you kiss a month-old corpse? And then the one under that is, how relevant is this corpse?
Right, let's get to scores, because we've been doing this for an hour and almost 20 minutes. Alex, you first.
6.
6. Joey?
5.
5. We'll split the difference and call it a 5.5. This is the lowest rated episode in the series with a 4.9.
I think that's harsh on this and very favourable to Mega Man.
No, it's not.
Mega Man was worse than this.
I think Mega Man was at least focused. This was not.
Oh.
I assume that's why it's got such a low score, is because it was just a shotgun blast of Sony properties. And let's face it, Sony aren't exactly in the best light in recent years.
This did make me want to play Shadow of the Colossus for like one frame.
The marketing has worked on you then.
The marketing has worked.
Right, well, let's wrap it up there. Gang, what do we think of Secret Level overall? If you had to give it a score out of 10.
I thought about Secret Level like a pick and mix that someone else had chosen. You get all of the yummy things in the middle, but then they're also surrounded by shit flying saucers. So I give it a 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10, Alex?
It's hard to give it anything more than a 5, because there were some very good episodes in there, things that absolutely deserve their own series. But it was just it was the sweet corn in the pile of shit.
Solid.
Not the flying saucers in the sweetie
pick and mix. Yeah.
I couldn't think of a more disgusting sweet, and there is definitely.
I like the flying saucers.
What's the worst sweet that you get in a pick and mix?
What is the worst?
Anything that's a sour gummy.
No, I like a sour
No.
gummy.
I love sour gummies. Oh, the worst. Sorry.
Yeah, the worst.
I thought you said the best.
No,
No, the opposite.
No, the best are the little berry ones. The
No, I
gummy
didn't rate them
berries.
as much.
they're
The
so
worst,
good.
right? The worst, and hear me out on this. You know the really thick, really long gummy worms.
No,
No,
Because
they're
they take
fine.
up so
no.
they take up so much space and they take so long to eat that by the
No,
end of it,
they're
you're just
good.
like,
Is this what you come
Chocolate-
here for, audience? An hour and 20 minutes in?
Chocolate-
Longer than the
chocolate
runtime of
covered
the
nuts.
series, by the way.
Chocolate covered nuts. That's what you find.
yeah,
Those are the
that's
worst.
sad.
Yeah.
These nuts.
They're the worst.
I'd give it a 6.5, but IMDb, on average, has rated the series 7.3. Yeah.
No.
Guys, are you excited for the fact there's going to be a season 2?
Are we going to cover
Is
it on the
there?
podcast?
I would
Yeah, why
imagine
not?
so.
I
Then
think we should
no,
see
I'm
if
not
they've learned the
excited.
lessons. Have they announced any of the properties that are being done on
No,
it?
just that it's in production.
Cool.
Good. Right, that's been Cutscenes. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you all next time for whatever it is we're doing. I forget.
Muchos smoochos. Mwah.
Mwah.
God bless.
Joey got the popcorn ready. Alex got the notes in hand. Tim's got puns that fly like confetti. They're your go-to movie band. Video game movie club. Laugh until the credits roll. Joey Alex, Tim will dub. Scenes that make you lose control.
That thing's never going to stick back up now.